Hi, I'm James Roque, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a graduate here at the Unitec Performing and Screen Arts course. So I just graduated last week. So something else about me is that I'm a first generation Filipino, and besides being an actor, I'm also a stand-up comedian, and I'm just here chilling at Unitec with all the pukekos. Sweet. So what influenced me to do stand-up? It was kind of a coincidence actually, because there was a thing called a class comedians program, and they were going to all the different high schools and just seeing if there are any funny kids and trying to recruit them at this workshop. And I wasn't gonna go to the workshop because I was too scared. Well, I was too scared, and also LJS up at the mall were having like a special deal for $3 where you got like a large chips and a large drink, and I was like, I'm there. But then I checked my bank account and I didn't get paid for work yet. So I was like, sweet, I'll just go do the workshop, and I did, and I got chosen to do the workshop, which was cool. And then I did my first ever gig there, and it went really well. And ever since then, I've just been doing it. So really, if I had enough money that day, I wouldn't be doing stand-up, and I wouldn't be here. Have I experienced any cultural barriers? Yes, heck yeah. I'm Filipino, so when I came here at 8 years old, I've always had like a cultural sort of crisis, and I didn't know whether like I was Filipino or New Zealander almost growing up. And I used to write a lot of jokes about being Filipino, and I was like, well, is this okay? Can I actually say these things, or is this just racist? But then recently, I did a gig, so it wasn't until 4 years into my comedy career that I found out, but recently I did a gig in front of a predominantly Filipino audience, and they liked it. They laughed at all the Filipino jokes. So I was like, well, if they can laugh at it, then surely it must be fine. Yeah, in fact, they only laughed at the Filipino bits. They didn't laugh at anything remotely not Filipino. So I guess it's okay. So I got distracted by the pukekos. How did my studies at Unitec affect me? Yeah, well, I studied performing and screen art, so it's an acting and performance degree. So obviously, acting has a lot of similar things as stand-up, but it's totally different. I think they just run parallel next to each other, and they share like a lot of the same skill sets. In terms of like what I could have pulled from that for stand-up, I think the stage presence, delivery, and just confidence overall on stage. Because I think if I didn't do my 3 years here, I wouldn't have the confidence and the comfortability that I have on stage now. So yeah, I'm definitely grateful for the 3 years that I did here, for sure. Back to the pukeko. What advice I have for first year Unitec acting students? Easy. Don't be a dick. Like I know it's easier said than done, but just don't be like, oh, I auditioned and they chose me and this is it, this is me. No, like the whole point of you coming here is so you can learn. So just embrace that. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just go, oh, I'm here to learn, and there's more things to it than I think there is. So just embrace and get everything you can from everyone. Also, wear deodorant, because it takes more effort to smell than to not to smell. I think it's not that hard. If you can't afford deodorant, get a job. StudyLink, that's what StudyLink's for. Get some deodorant, because you're next to people every day, and you don't want to smell like a dead animal next to them, because you might have to do something in a workshop with them. So just be nice to the people in your class. That's my advice here. I'm looking right at you. Buy deodorant tomorrow. Today. Anyway. Who do I want to work with? It's easy. I want to work with my favorite stand-up comedians, I don't know, Chris Roque, Louis C.K. But I feel like if I worked with them, I wouldn't be able to hold my own, and I'd be so scared and struck. They'd just be like, "Hi, James," and I'd be like, "Ah!" So maybe not them. I've always wanted to be on SNL, so maybe that. But I have little to no live sketch experiences, so that's a pipe dream. One day. We've reached the end of the interview. But before I go, I'd just like to say that I have a show at this year's International Comedy Festival happening around, mid-May-ish. It's called James Roque is Chicken, so make sure you check that out. I'm here at the Assembly Point, and I'll tell you where the Assembly Point would be from May 7 to 11, my show. So come to that. It's a Brooklyn bar, 7 p.m. Tickets via Ticketek, so ticketek.co.nz or 0800 Ticketek, get your tickets. It's going to be a good time. It's just a show about me being scared of everything. And because I am, do you know how hard it was for me to talk to those poo geckos? It was terrible. I was scared the whole time. There was one pooing right behind me. So I might talk about that, I might not. I'll see you there. Where are you going? Why are you moving further? Dude, it's the Assembly Point. Alright.